Alright, welcome back to Steve Jackson's Sorcery, Book 1, Part 6. It's been about 4 months since I last played this game, and to be honest, I don't remember exactly what I did in the previous parts. But I'm back, and I'm gonna continue. All I remember is that I remember fighting some giant or something in the previous, in Part 4. And I went and did some odd job to get some gold. In the end, I remember that I have to find the crown of kings. That's the most important part. That is where we're going to continue right now. You rise early, dismiss the tensions of the householder, and head out into the street. Within a few minutes of walking, you are out of Dumpers and back on the road. After another hour or so, the way branches, with one path leading up into the hills and the other turning downhill and along one side of a barren, stormy ridge. Is that a village you can make out on top of the hill? Seems a lonely place for it. It feels like the game is telling me to go to the top of the hill rather than going down. I feel like there's a reason for it to do that. To tell me that? I don't know. Do I want to go up or down? I think I went to a mine before. Yeah, I went to this mine right here. So I'm going to skip this one and go up then. The gentle upward slope becomes a steep climb and you are forced to rest several times. So far, you have been walking through the foothills, and the journey will become more serious when finally you reach the summit and can look out over the low plateau you have crested. You see the path runs through a small settlement of crudely fashioned huts. Ew, what the hell? The other villagers out in the street. There are villagers out in the street, talking and working. It seems a happy, bustling place despite the filth in the streets and the barren surroundings. I can approach them, watch for a little longer, or avoid it. You're telling me, looking at what I'm seeing right now, I'm looking at the same picture they're describing, right? We are all looking at the same picture they're describing. I don't see that as happy. Wait, I'm gonna watch for a little while longer. You stay at your vantage point and watch a little longer to see if things change. After a while, you begin to notice something strange about the way the people in the village are moving. First, you notice one is limping, then another. Then you realize they are all shuffling as they move. Some use sticks. One is even crawling. Watch more. Stay hidden and watch for longer. After a while, you realize that whatever is happening in the village is desperate. There's no laughter, no joy, there's no trade or commons. The women do not walk about. The women do not walk about, and the men do not watch them. It's like a prison camp. I'm not gonna go there. Stay away from this place. You've seen enough. Taking to the slow scrub, you walk a quarter circle around the village to the far ridge. Look back. Looking back, you can now see the village a little closer. There are red crosses marked on some of the doors. It's a sign of the plague. Oh, you shudder, thank your spirit, and move on. Path turns down to a steep slope and into some trees. It. See, that's a good thing. If I went in there, my character would have gotten the plague and would have died right there. I think. I assume he would die right there. I don't know. Anyway, it is difficult to see the way ahead through the tree line, but you trust to the cause, and eventually the path bursts out into a narrow stone ledge. high above the valley floor. The ledge leads left and right. There's no ways forward. Look left. Looking left, you can see the narrow ledge is formed. I don't know if you can hear the plane flying past my house right now. I'm gonna wait for a while in case my microphone catch the sound. Looking left, you can see that the narrow ledge is formed by a splitting of the rock that leads all the way down to the misty valley floor. There's a path. If there is a path, the other side is not clear from here. Okay. Looking right, you are taken aback as one of the mist that fills the valley. Impossibly wide bridge looms into view, as if it had only now fallen into place. It is made of planks and thick ropes, and is suspended from the peak to the peak on the other side. Who could have built such a marvel? How long ago? At the bridge. Take a moment more staring at the bridge. It forms a delicate curve across the valley, swaying very slightly in the wandering wind. But the more you look, the more it seems too perfect. Could such a bridge possibly exist? Or is it a mere illusion? Trick the incautious traveler. Yeah, I'm not gonna go on any tall bridge, alright? It doesn't look real. So, I'm gonna move on, and I'm going to go to the left, hopefully. Getting to your feet once more, you take a moment to find your balance before moving on. One slip here, and you will fall a long way down into the valley, onto the valley. The bridge seems untrustworthy. And let's be honest, if the bridge was real, there's probably gonna be like a ogre or goblin or something that'll be like, haha, I need some money. The bridge seems untrustworthy. Should anything happen while you were halfway across it, there would be no way to escape. But the last, most final kind, better to walk. You make your way along the stone ledge. The angle is steep and it's hard going not to stumble. At the valley floor is a dried up river covered in worn stones, honed by water that is now long gone. Small caves open in the rock face nearby, with rusted machinery abandoned outside. There was mining here once, but it must have been a very long time ago. A wider track made for cuts carrying ore, which leads up the far slope around. Pause for a moment to recover your breath and look around. Look at the machinery. You walk for a little while between the ancient machines that list out of the mud beside the riverbed. Gigantic hoppers, now bronze with rust, with huge spike wheels on their sides and chutes leading between them. Now thick with bindweed, slugs, and mud. Whatever these machineries were for, they have not worked in decades, maybe even centuries. Let's look at the riverbed. You look down at the riverbed, nothing but a carpet of stone. Take some stone. You chose 3 nice round pebbles and stashed them into your backpack. Heavy to carry, but useful. I just looked at the spell book and I saw that one spell requires stone dust so that I can turn someone into stone. So yeah, those stones are pretty useful if I can make them into dust. Investigate the mines, why not? You approach the mine entrance. A wet wind greets you from the depths. The mine shaft must lead somewhere, but it is pitch dark. There's no torches and you do not have any light of your own. You stride further inside until the wet rock is above you and the air falls suddenly, cold and still. Your breath echoes. Tight, dark places are often fearsome, and through the rock walls here were carved with axes. There's still but something wild and heroin, heroin, hero, heroin about this place. Your feet crunch on the gravel floor. Cast a spell. I can already guess what spell I should use. Sus. You cast a spell, and within moments, a dread feeling has come over you. This cave is a place of great and terrible danger, and you feel quite certain that to go a step further will be certain death. Okay, it's too much. You turn and hurry back to the sunlight out of the valley. If the spell says certain death, I'm out of there. Your breath is short and your heart is hammering as you pause. Halfway up the valley slope, a small wooden hut is opposite. Set a little way back from the path. Look at the hut. What the hell? Another disgusting creature. Look at that. It's like a goblin or something. You stop to watch the hut, dropping behind a bush out of sight as you do so. After a few minutes, you see a troll. Right, it's not ogre, it's troll. Lucky I didn't cross the bridge. Ducking to get through the tiny frame of the building. He's clearly guarding something around here. Perhaps another goblin mine, or perhaps he was stationed here long ago to guard a city that has now crumbled to vain. In this whole recording session, I've just been waiting to see what anyone done or what anyone has been doing, and I'm going to continue to wait to see what he does. The creature stands outside the hut for a few minutes, looking this way and that, his colossal head turning with speed and dexterity of a mule wheel. And he stomps away around the curve of the hill. Probably have a few minutes before he reappears. Go inside the hut. There's things to steal. You seize the opportunity and race over to the hut to see what you can steal. You see the opportunity, race over to see what you can take. Inside, you find it is a barren shack. There's a low oak table in the center and no windows. There's no door. A pile of blankets in one corner. The only nicety. Search the blanket. You lift the corner of the blanket with a tip of the sword, and hidden away you find 3 gold pieces. Nice. Trolls pay for the entire year. Take the money. Look at the table. By the look of the table and its stains, this is where the troll sharpens his blade, skins his rabbits for the pot, and sleeps. It is certainly strong enough. 4 white trunk legs supporting a split trunk top. Yeah. Okay, let me just leave right now. You've been here long enough. Quickly, you turn and hurry away, just in time to see the troll returning from his patrol around the edge of the hill. He hasn't seen you, and is too stupid to notice anything you might have moved or left our place. He moves to enter its hut. Go back, face the troll. No way, slip away. Another hour passes as you finish the climb. The sun starting to hang heavy in the sky. You reach the top and meet with the other end of the rope bridge. Look back at the rope bridge. It may look stable, but is undoubtedly a death trap set to part travelers from their goal and from their lives. Expected. Continue on down the slope as evening draws in. Some way down the hill, you stop for a rest and sit on a boulder to survey what lies ahead. The path leads downwards, and at its foot, cradled between 3 peaks, is a village, and quite a large one at that. Behind you, the sun is falling rapidly into the hills. It will be night soon. Approach the village. The village looks like a good place to stop. You hop down from the boulder and make your way forward. When an overhanging branch touches your face, you hear a lively chirping. Freeze. You freeze. Hovering by your shoulder is a small creature, the size of a bird. It is childlike but very thin, with green skin, and it flits around you on flits around you on transparent wings. Seems friendly enough. Even lands on your shoulder. Its tiny clawed toes pinching slightly. Talk to it. Damn, it look like an alien. Get off me, flying rat. Oh, get off me, flying rat. And hello to you. And hello to you, the creatures replied, chirping. My name is Chan. What are you? The creature does a backflip and gives a low bow. I'm a Minimite. He reaches out a tiny hand and shakes your earlobe. I will eat you if you try that again. I will choke you if you do. The creature whips back. Tiny bow. Okay, what do you want with? See that village? The creature replies. Last time I tried to go through, they told me I wasn't welcome, so I wouldn't mind some protection. The creature stops hopping up and down. Come on, let's get going, can't we? And what do I get? My advice. I'm small, but I've got a big brain. Means I'm been to a lot of places and can remember them well. Okay, what can you tell me about the village then? You point down the valley, is it safe? That's pretty nutty, and it's very safe. It's the largest village in the whole of the Shamutanti Hills. Every traveler who comes this way spends at least one night there. So it's a little bit expensive, especially for minimites, but pleasant enough. The creature fits to your other shoulder once more. This flits, right? It's not flies, right? No. I can check Google, but you're not in any hurry, are you? He observed. Do you want to sleep out in the raft? Let's get going then. Well, let's get going then. The creature shakes you by the ear in excitement and set off along the path once more. You descend into the bowl of the valley. The hills on either side are toweringly tall and throw the village throw the village into deep shadow. It would seem a very gloomy, threatening place. But from the streets come the distant sound of laughter and merriment. And it here, the next part that I do, I'm gonna go through the town. Yeah. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, you can hit the like button or whatever. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.